Hey everyone, today we're going to go over sight reading some music. Now, we're going to get started by identifying the pitches, then we're going to work on clapping out the rhythms, and then we'll sing the rhythms. So, let's get started by identifying the pitches. So, we're going to start with identifying our first note and working from there. So we have in the space, right, we say it spells face, so F-A-C-E, so we know C is the answer. And then we say on the lines, every good boy does fine, so we know B is the answer. We're gonna go down a step to A. We're in a space. On the line, G, space F, G. I'm gonna go up a step to A, back down a step to G. We have a rest there, so there's no note there. Then we have the letter F, G, A, B, C, D, back down to C. We have the same note, down a step to B, down a step to A, down a step to G, and we have the same note here. Up a step to A, down a step to G, down a step to F, and down a step to E. We're going up a step to F. We have the same note here, also F, G, up to A, up to B, and then we end on two C's, which are half notes. Now, I want to have us identify the solfege names of each of the notes as well, so when we sing them, we'll know what to do. So, C is always going to be our starting point for do, whether it's the octave up or the octave down. So in this case, we start with the high do. So I'm gonna write do right there. Now we're going down, so it's gonna be T, down a step to La, Sol, Fa, back up to Sol, La, Sol, and then we have a rest, so there's nothing there. And then we go down a step from where we ended here to Fa, up a step to Sol, Sol to La, La to T, and then going to the top, we start at Do, and then we have Re, back down to Do, same note, Do, T, La, down a step to Sol. We have two of those. And then up to La, back down to Sol, down to Fa, down to Mi, back up to Fa. We have the same note here, so there are two Fas. Up to Sol, up to La, up to T, and then we end on two Do's. Okay, so the next thing I want to point out is the rhythm here. So when we do clap out these rhythms, we know exactly what rhythms we're going to be saying each of the solfege syllables on. So I'm going to just count them out and point out the eighth notes and the rests, okay? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, that one's solid. We don't have any eighth notes in there. We have 1 on beat 2. So I'm gonna point out beat 2. And then I'm gonna add an and, because whenever we have eighth notes, I'll do a quick reminder, it takes 2 eighth notes to equal 1 quarter note. So just as we would count 1, 2, 3, 4, we would have to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so it's just 1 and. So it'd be the same idea if we were to count in eighth notes as well for quarter notes. It's just, we usually just say 1, 2, 3, 4. and then when we have eighth notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, okay? So I'm pointing out the eighth notes. And then again, we have a rest on beat 4, so we're not gonna clap or make any noise on that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, those are all good. 1, 2, half note, 3, 4, and we have 1. All right, we're on beat 2 again. 2, and same deal. 3, 4. So 1, 2, and 2. I'm gonna write that out, and then we have 3 and 4. Okay, and then we have 1 on beat 2 again. So 2 and 3, 4. So again, if we were to clap these out as eighth notes, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. I hope that makes sense. And then we end on 2 half notes, which is 1, 2, and 3, 4. Okay, so let's try to clap this out by saying the solfege syllables. I'm gonna snap and point to the notes, and I want you clapping, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, rest, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, do, ti, la, sol, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is try to see if we can sing all of that. So let's see if we can try it together. So match my note first. Do. We're gonna sing the octave up where we start now. Do. Let's try it together, nice and slow. So 1, 2, ready, go. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, do, ti, la, sol, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. How'd you do? Hopefully you did well. No worries on if you didn't get it right the first time. It's tough to do the first time around. If you want to practice it again, go ahead and do that. I'm going to move on to the next one where we work on the next exercise where we work with eighth notes and quarter rests. We're working in 3/4 time signature now. It's a little different. We clap it a little bit different. So let's identify pitches first. So we know we have C, right? F-A-C-E, because in the space it spells face. Same start to our last exercise. So every good boy, right, does fine. Let's keep it going. So we have A, down to G, up to A, up to B, up to C, same note, C, down to B, down to A, down to G, got a rest, so that's nice and easy. And then we're gonna keep going. So same note, G, A, down to G, down to F, up to G, up to A, up to B, moving up to C. We go back down a step to B, back up to C, up to D, and we end on C again. So nice and easy. This one we end on a dotted half note, which is worth 3 beats. So quick reminder on that one. And then what we're gonna do is point out the eighth notes and the rests, and then I'm gonna throw in the solfege here in just a second. So we're good on these, so 1, 2, 3, that's solid. 1, 2, 3, we've got no eighth notes or quarter rests. Then we have 1, oh, here we go, beat 2, so 2 and 3. We have 1, 2, we've got a rest here so we won't make any noise or sing or clap or anything. Then we have 1, 2, and, so let's write 2 and in there. 3, we have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. So let's add the 2 and, 3, and then we have 1, 2, 3. All right, now let's do solfege real quick. So same concepts as before. So we know that C is our starting point for do. So in this case, it's the high do. We're gonna go down a step to T, down a step to La, down a step to Sol, up a step to La, up a step to T, up a step to Do. Same note, so we've got Do, down to T, down to La, still going down, Sol. Got a rest. Let's keep it going. So we're still on G, same note, so that's Sol, up to La, down to Sol, down a step to Fa, up a step again to Sol, up a step to La, up a step to T, and then we go Do, down a step to T, up a step to Do, going up to Re, and then Do. Okay, so let's clap this out real quick, and we'll do it a little slower, and then we'll work on singing the pitches here in just a second. So let's try it together, okay? So 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. So Do, Ti, La, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Do, Ti, La, Sol, rest, Sol, La, Sol, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Re, Do. Hopefully that wasn't too fast for you to get the hang of that rhythm. I'm gonna go a little slower for singing it, just so we get the pitches in there and have time to think about it, okay? So let's try it. So we're gonna start on the high Do, but I always do the low Do first to kind of transition ourselves there. So everybody match my lower Do first. Do. And then your turn. We're gonna sing the high Do. Do. So let's try to see if we can do this together, okay? So 1, 2, 3, ready, and go. Do, Ti, La, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Do, Ti, La, Sol, Sol, La, Sol, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Ti, Do, Re, Do. All right, how did we do? Hopefully that wasn't too difficult. If you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I will see you next time. Thank you for participating. Bye.